In this series, I will be attempting to start my very own clothing brand. Now, you're probably thinking, how are you planning on doing it, especially with no experience? And the truth is, I don't really have a plan, and that is the exact reason why I'm documenting every single step of the way until I have my final goal, which is to manufacture and wear my own piece. This is one hell of a challenge, but I think we should go straight into it, and I'll explain to you the roadmap in my head of how I'm going to go about this. Authentic, no BS. But I just wanted to show you why I think this entire process has to start off for every single person, no matter how creative you are, and that is inspiration. This is probably the hardest step for me. I'm not even going to lie to you. Finding something, a good design, and actually sticking with it is probably the hardest things I've come across so far. But what I've noticed on this journey is that I really enjoy these sort of effects, and it is called the threshold effect. And as you can see, I'm going to save all these because they're pretty cool. As you can see, they're very grainy. ChatGPT is a fantastic tool to be using for this, and you shouldn't feel like you shouldn't be able to use it, if that makes sense. I'm going to say inspirations for streetwear relaxed t-shirt. I copied the image in. I said inspirations for streetwear relaxed t-shirt design. Give ideas. Let it think. The reason why you're seeing a lot of built for dreaming in this prompt answer, or something about chase the dream, is because my brand name was meant to be built for dreaming. I didn't actually go for it because I didn't really want this to become too much of a brand. I don't want to make it too commercial, if that makes sense, because the moment I make it too commercial and make it about money, I will just lose the passion for it. I'm gonna ask for some visual variations, yes, but I'm also gonna ask it, but add some assets to the image if you believe. So I believe that the best way to go about this is to combine the use of AI and your skills. Now, I am no talented graphic designer. I have some experience with it, but with starting a clothing brand or streetwear design, none. I'm sure you get the gist of the whole ChatGPT inspiration thing, but I wanted to show you my current base design that I am working on right now. And I actually forgot to mention a fantastic website where I actually found my base design and where most designers get their graphics from. And that website is called Unsplash. All these photos here are from Unsplash. This is a gas station. This is a snow print. I tried to do something cool with it, but it didn't work out. But for now, I want to show you the design I have been working on. The hardest part about this is that I run out of ideas quite quick. So this is where I thought, let's combine ChatGPT with my actual thoughts. So I've got the base, right? Taking a screenshot of it, and I'm gonna ask ChatGPT something. What should I add to it? Maybe some assets, maybe like a cloud. Another thing I'm quite passionate about and really enjoy is music. And music is an art, and so is graphic design. They all evoke some type of emotion. I want this shirt to evoke an emotion. I don't exactly know what that emotion is, but when you look at the t-shirt, you see pain, you see suffering. They're all quite heavy emotions. They're not very happy, but I just think it's a really cool design. And my friend said it looks like the Travis Scott ragdoll sort of photo. So I've put it into ChatGPT. Mannequin-like figure bent towards its hands forming shape, the center gives off a raw, introspective, slightly unsettling vibe. Almost a mix of vulnerability, intensity, and inner struggle. That's what we want to go for. Do you want the overall vibe of the shirt to lean more towards dark, intense, or raw but hopeful? And we're actually going to go with the dark, intense, because I feel like that suits the vibe a little more. So Chain's shadow. Generally, I've been struggling with generative AI. It has not been working for me at all, which kind of tells me I need to work on my graphic design skills myself. But we'll definitely watch a tutorial in the video. See, it does something like this. Like, it's cool and all. It's pretty cool. It matches even the vibe, but it adds a background to it. And I just don't understand why it does that at all. It confuses me so much. So after deliberating a long time on what to add, ChatGPT gave me a fantastic idea to add bound. But here's the twist. ChatGPT said to add it 3 times and repeat it. I went with just the one. And the result is absolutely phenomenal, and I'm super happy with it. I watched the tutorial on YouTube, which I will definitely link in the description below, on how I got this effect. This is a really, really cool effect. Now we're going to figure out the sort of spacing with my little figure here, sort of put him in the middle. But I think I'm going to do the same effect that I did with the text to our little guy here over here. I don't know, man. I really like it. I feel like we might actually have our first design sort of ready. Now I have to make the background PNG, which is going to be interesting, but apparently there's an easy way to do it. So let's actually figure out if that works. The main issue right now is how on earth do I make this PNG? So someone said go and select color range. I think that's what I need. Exactly, that's what I need. I'm so lost. Genuinely, I'm lost as hell right now. I'm trying to figure this out. How I even get rid of this? Oh, wait, it's throwing me off. This little guy that doesn't need to be here right now is throwing me off a little bit. I just need the text PNG. Color range. And I'm guessing I want to keep this. No. I think I'm getting there though. I think I'm getting there. Select, color range. No, it's just doing stuff I don't want it to be doing. The problem is that there's noise. Hold on, let's see what that changes. So I've gone to the smart object, and I think that is it. I think that's actually it. I think that's actually it. So say I had a black tee. I had a black t-shirt. It should theoretically come out now beautifully. Please. Yes. It was that simple. All I had to do was go on the smart object, and boom. Okay. There, all I had to go was on color fill and boom, I sorted it. That is what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Our first design. The only thing I'll change is to make these edges black on one side. And I think I'll try to do that with a brush now. I don't want to mess it up, but I'll give it a go. There, as you can see, there's a slight difference in the environment I'm currently in. Now, when I was talking about improving the skill of graphic design, I also mentioned that in all of this, I'm also improving the skill of content creation. I have learned a lot of things about DaVinci. I have learned a lot of things about Photoshop. Now, I wanted to show you some mock-ups which I have made from online templates, and I will link them in the description for you to use as well and play around with. But these are the final mock-ups. So we have one with a grey background and one with a purple background. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but the one with the purple background is actually higher resolution. All you have to do is go onto the smart object, replace it with your design, and you can pretty much customize the background, the t-shirt color, although I had troubles with that. Now, in the meantime, whilst editing, I sort of got this other idea, because I noticed, at least for me, ideas come through complete silence. The moment I turn music off, the moment I stop thinking about this whole process and this whole journey, that's when ideas come through. And that is the beautiful part. It's quite a funny design. As you can see, it's a pill container and there's pills spilling out of it. I don't know where to go with this design yet, because this stuff takes absolutely ages. Since the first design is essentially complete, I reckon this is the perfect time to sort of ease into the end of this first episode. This first episode was absolutely insane. It was my first ever time editing a long form video on DaVinci, which again is a skill I'm working on in the meantime of this massive project. And that is exactly why I want you to comment down what I could have improved and what you liked about the video. The plan for the second episode is still a little bit vague in my mind, so I'm not going to go out there and say what I think it's going to be, because I do not know. But one thing I do know is that I want to focus on more cinematic shots in the next episode. To finish it off, I'd like to say a massive thank you for watching the video to the end. If you have made it to the end, it means a lot to me. And I would love for you to subscribe, like the video, and pass it on to your friends who potentially might be interested in this sort of content or in a journey of starting a clothing brand. Who knows? Maybe you want to start a clothing brand. Maybe you want to start a different sort of brand. It is exactly the same sort of aspect. I'm learning a skill, and you can learn a skill in the meantime. There's nothing else really I can say. Thank you so much, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.